Hey friends, have you ever felt like prayer was hard to fit into your day? Well, I've got something for you. I created a simple 5-minute prayer routine that helps you slow down, connect with God, and reset your heart, even in the busiest seasons. It's short, it's practical, and it's powerful. Lots of P's in this. Perfect for podcasts. It's short, it's practical, and it's powerful. You can grab it for free by clicking the link below or signing up on my website at whitmancollective.com. Don't wait. Take 5 minutes today and see how it changes your walk with Christ. Welcome to episode 14 of the Rooted for Growth podcast. And if you're hearing this, you know that we are on an audio only. Any video that I might be recording for this is any behind the scenes or anything like that, but this is an audio only recording of the podcast because I'm moving back to an audio only. I like video. I like to portray myself as part of the brand for the video and things like that, but that's just kind of getting in the way of the message of the Rooted for Growth podcast. So I wanted to just go back to the basics on the podcast. And by going back to the basics, I mean by putting together an audio file that I end up spending a lot of time editing out. Because when I was doing video, I didn't edit very much. I just kind of shot the video and then uploaded it. But so going back to audio is going to have me spending more time on developing the audio, but that's okay, because what I think that the audio only version of the podcast, which you're listening to now, really brings is it brings forth what I really want to say as part of the podcast episode, and not have me going off of basically going off script and then missing out on certain really good key points because I forgot about them when I was just staring at the camera, seeing my ugly mug staring back at me. So I'll spare you from some of that, and we can focus in on just the podcast matter. So starting with this episode 14, it's called The Fire. I want to start off with one of the most powerful stories in Scripture. It's the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in Daniel 3. These 3 young men refused to bow down to King Nebuchadnezzar's golden idol. Their loyalty to God was more important than saving their own lives. When the king threatened to throw them into a fiery furnace, their response was simple: "Our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods." Daniel 3:17 and 18. They were thrown into the fire. Yet when the king looked, he saw not 3, but 4 men walking in the flames. God himself was present with them. And when they came out, not even the smell of smoke was on their clothes. Here's the truth. God doesn't always keep us out of the fire, but he always meets us in it. The first point that I'm going to bring to you today on today's podcast is that the fire reveals presence. There's presence in the fire. Isaiah 43:2 says, "When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee." God doesn't promise to keep us from the fire, but he promises to walk with us in it. In fact, many of us would testify that the closest moments we've felt his presence were in the middle of pain, loss, or trial. In counseling, we often see that suffering creates space for deeper awareness. Clients who walk through grief, trauma, or crisis often discover new meaning and strength when they are supported and not left alone. Presence, whether God's presence or the supportive presence of a friend or a counselor or a community, is one of the most healing factors in times of trial. There's presence in the fire. Number two, there's purpose in the fire. The fire reveals purpose. James 1, 2 through 4 tells us, "Count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing." The fire isn't random. God uses it to refine us, burning away what doesn't belong, sharpening our character, and teaching us dependence on Him. Think of how gold is refined. It's placed in the fire not to destroy it, but to purify it. The impurities rise to the surface, and what remains is stronger, more valuable, and more beautiful. In therapy, this is called post-traumatic growth. While trauma is painful, many people grow stronger, more resilient, and more purposeful after walking through it with support. The fire clarifies what really matters, helping people strip away what no longer serves their growth. So there's purpose in the fire. Number three, the third truth is promise. There's promise in the fire. 1 Peter 1:7 says, "The trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Jesus Christ." Every fire has an end. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego didn't stay in the furnace forever. They walked out. And you will too. The promise isn't that we'll never feel the heat. It's that the fire won't consume us. In clinical work, we remind clients that the pain of today is not permanent. Feelings are powerful, but they're not forever. Healing is possible. New stories can be written. The promise of hope is one of the strongest motivators in counseling and in faith. And then point number 4, the final point, is that the fire reminds us of pleasure in the promise. It's not only that God will bring us through. That's what most people are concerned about. Will I make it through this? God will bring you through it. But it's not only that. It's also that joy and peace are available even while we're in the flames. Philippians 4:7 describes the peace of God which passeth. It's always hard to say to me. King James Version. All right, time out for a second. King James Version. I love the King James Version because it feels like I'm really connecting to the words as they were transcribed from the original text, right? I really like that. But there's certain words that I have to read 2 or 3 times to actually pronounce them properly. And it's usually words like passeth. Passeth is not a word that you use in everyday life. Passeth. If you were to come up to me on the street and you would be like, "I'm going to passeth you on the right," I would be like, "What are you talking about?" Okay, sorry. That might not make it in. Time back in. Philippians 4:7 describes the peace of God which passeth all understanding. That peace doesn't come after the fire is over. It's available in the middle of it. All that's to say, we don't just survive the fire. We thrive in the assurance that God is with us, for us, and shaping us for something greater. Gratitude and reframing are powerful tools for clients facing hardships. Even in struggle, focusing on the small wins, daily gratitude, and the presence of support allows people to experience hope and even joy during painful times. Here's a moment of reflection for you. Think about this. What fire are you walking through right now? Where have you seen God's presence most clearly in the middle of it? How can you reframe your current struggle as refinement instead of punishment? Remember, the fire doesn't destroy you, or rather, the fire is not designed to destroy you. It's designed to define you. Here's the encouragement for you today. If you're in a fire right now, remember this. The fire's not forever, and it's not wasted. God has not abandoned you in the fire. Just like he stood with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, he is standing with you. The very flames that feel unbearable today are shaping you into someone stronger, purer, and more rooted in him. You're not walking through this season in vain. You're walking with the one who turns fire into refinement and ashes into beauty. This week, I want you to take one step of courage in your fire. This is for me too. So I'll go back to what I just said. This week, I want to take a step. This week, I want you to take a step of courage in your fire. And here's how. Number one, name your fire. Write down whatever trial or challenge that you're facing today. And listen, be honest with yourself about this. Name your fire. What is that trial or that challenge that you're facing today? Number two, claim God's promise. Find one scripture that speaks directly to your situation. Write it under your fire and pray it daily. And then number three, choose your action. Do one small, faith-filled action that reflects trust in God through your fire. That could be reaching out for support, showing kindness even when stressed, or simply choosing gratitude in a hard moment. By doing this, you're not just surviving the fire, you're growing through it. As we close out today, my encouragement is this. If you're in the fire today, know this. God is with you. He is refining you. He is strengthening you. And he has promised to bring you through. Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you may feel that the heat is overwhelming at first. But when you step out, the world will see that you've been with God, and not even the smell of smoke will remain. That's it for this week, everybody. Remember to stay rooted, stay faithful. Remember, the fire is only temporary, but the growth is eternal. See you next week. Thanks.